What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 16 of Week in Review. My name is Sean, and on this week's show, we have a couple of games. We're going to try some new chips, and I'm going to tell you what's new. We'll start on the game side this week. Another one of those kind of light weeks where I didn't really play a ton, and even if I did play something, I didn't play for very long. Example number one in this scenario is a game called Oceanhorn, which I played for about 30 minutes. It's a pretty good game. It's basically Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker specifically, because it has a ton of water and a boat. It's Zelda on the Xbox One or mobile or PS4 or whatever console. It might actually be on the Switch as well. What I played of it, I liked. I had a good time with it. It's kind of it has a charming little story. I'm not 100% sure what's going on in this particular game, but that's okay. Still early on, so I can always catch up on the story if need be. I could always actually just restart. Not really sure why I didn't get back to this game later in the week when I had an opportunity. Just one of those things where I played it for the 30 minutes. It kind of just didn't stick with me, but I still liked it. It'll be on the list of things to get back to. I picked up 5 achievements for 75 gamer score. Those are some early impressions on Oceanhorn. We'll see if I get back to it or when I get back to it. Feels like a good summer game. Just kind of chip away at it here or there. I only made it to like the second island area. I basically just did the intro. Thought, this is good, but, maybe not feeling it right at the exact moment, but still a good game. Look forward to maybe seeing that again later on down the road. The second game I played this week was the Amazing Spider-Man video game based off of the 2012 movie that I know everyone loved. They didn't. It wasn't well received. I never watched it. It's sitting on Blu-ray behind me. I see it over there somewhere. Right there? Yeah, right there. Hey, Amazing Spider-Man on Blu-ray. Anyway, I never watched the movie, but I was watching a stream on last Friday. I thought to myself, hey, I'm really excited for Insomniac's Spider-Man game that's coming out later in September. That game looks absolutely incredible. And I was watching the stream of the original Spider-Man movie, the PS2 2002 movie-based game, and I thought, man, you know what sounds fun? Like a Spider-Man game, like just web swinging around and doing all sorts of cool stuff. And so I looked it up, and it was only like $15. So I went and picked up The Amazing Spider-Man, the video game, as I've already said, from 2012. And it is supremely okay. But there's something about it that is just clicking really well with me. Even though the story missions are way too long for some reason, and for some reason they decided to put 700, and that's not an exaggeration, 700 comic book collectibles or pages in this game. There are 700. That's not a joke. That's not, oh, look at Sean being all dramatic. That's the literal number. It's the literal number of 700. Who in the world needs 700 collectibles? No one. No game ever needs that. And that's not the only type of collectible. There are other collectibles too. Have I said collectible enough for you? As a person who likes collectibles, I'm annoyed. Doesn't really matter. It has a good size open world, even though a lot of the story missions are surprisingly linear. I haven't played a ton of the Spider-Man games recently. I think the last one I played was Shattered Dimensions. And that was designed as a linear game. I don't remember there being an open world element to that particular game, but even some of the areas felt kind of open-ended on how you could tackle them. In this game, specifically, the way too long 4th chapter mission, whatever, is just going down corridors and fighting people, which just feels weird. It feels like I should be out in the open, swinging around, having fun, doing all that good stuff. For what it's worth, even though the game has tremendous problems, I am having fun with it. I think that the controls are a little bit sloppy. The RB button on the Xbox 360 or I'm assuming the R1 button on the PlayStation 3 does way too many different things. It's attached to the web rush mode, which is like if I point at a wall, I hit the right bumper and I just automatically thwip to the wall, and that's the sound it makes. Thwip, THWIP, thwip. So you shoot that. But if you hold it, you enter a Spider-Man vision, and then you can look more specifically at things, and that one button does a whole lot, and some of the other buttons don't really do a ton. It's just they're kind of just there. The combat isn't terribly skill-based. It's kind of just mash X and hit Y, use B as a finisher, and when you have it, again, nothing remarkably special. It is like a form of almost like mindless entertainment that I'm really, really liking, where I just I follow along with the story that's interesting enough, even though I know exactly where it's going, because for some reason, spoiler alert, this takes place after the movie. You have to break Dr. Connors out of jail. He's obviously going to turn into the Lizard. It's kind of that comic book stuff where, like, you know where it's going, but it's still, like, a fun ride anyway. As I mentioned, this game does have an open world element to it, and I think the world size is good. It's just, like, a small chunk of New York City, which is kind of nice. It feels manageable, even with that absurd number of comic book pages. It's still just... I don't feel like missions are too far out of the way. There is side content. There are, like, side quests and missions and police crimes, but they don't really feel connected to the story. They're also all kind of hollow and seem to just pad the length of the game a little bit, so it's not like, hey, I played this game in 6 hours. You can play it a little bit longer if you want to go for that sort of stuff. I'm enjoying it. One element of this game that I wasn't expecting, but I'm really, really enjoying, is the stealth element of this particular game. You wall crawl around like a spider can, because you're a Spider-Man, and you can drop down on enemies and pick them up and take out entire sections without anyone ever seeing you. And that's a lot of fun. I enjoy that sort of stuff. It's something similar to the Arkham stuff, and it feels like this game is very much designed to be like, hey, it's Spider-Man Arkham, Arkham, New York, or whatever. They really went for it with the way the combat flows, even though it's kind of simple. It's a game that feels like it's based on good ideas and has good pieces in place. It just feels like this game is maybe a bit rushed. This game gets me really excited for the Insomniac game, because I hope that the Insomniac game is something very, very special. With all that being said, I am having a surprisingly good time with this particular game. I like the stealth, the controls are a little bit sloppy, the side missions aren't great, but I'm going to continue to clear up the map because it feels manageable, and, I just like swinging around the city as Spider-Man, so I'll continue to play. I probably won't update. I don't think it's going to take any special turn to be like, oh my goodness, this game's amazing. But I'll continue to knock out challenges and pick up the 700 comic book collectibles. It's now time for limited edition, and we have 2 bags of chips to try today. They are the Taco Bell tortilla chips. We have mild, and we have hot, and we have the only beverage that you should use or should drink when you have these. We have what is normally... Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Normally only available at Taco Bell. We have the Baja Blast, which is very good. This is not the way to drink it. Buy it at Taco Bell. I know this sounds like an ad. Taco Bell is not affiliated with this show in any way, shape, or form. The syrup isn't quite right in this. It doesn't have the flavor kick that it normally does, getting it from the fountain drink. So I did this. Now I already see a problem. This label needs to come off. Now that the Baja Blast is correctly delabeled, we'll put that here. It's just white against the... Alright, cool. Good to know. We'll give these chips a try. I don't really know what to expect out of these. I mean, they'll probably taste like mild sauce and fire sauce. I typically, when I go to Taco Bell, I go for the mild. But I grabbed the fire just in case, because I thought it would be nice to try both of them. So we'll open these up. Best by December 14th. 2018. We'll see if I eat them before then. What I could have done, was I should have gone to Taco Bell and grabbed a sauce packet each and then bought a bag of tortilla chips. I mean, that's a dumb idea. I'm saying it out loud, and it sounds like a dumb idea. So I'm glad I didn't do that. So, do the smell test. They smell like mild sauce. They look pretty good. There's one. There's a mild tortilla chip. The camera doesn't know where to focus. Focus on the chip. That's fine. Smells pretty good. They're okay. These don't have a ton of flavor. I don't know. They're not like... It's a weird thing. I don't know what I was really expecting with that. I don't know how much, like, taste you get out of, like, a regular mild sauce packet. Like, I put them on the burritos, but I'm just... Because I'm eating burritos. The bean burritos. I don't know. This is weird, because it's not that I don't like them, but it's not that I do like them. They just feel kind of like middle of the road. Like, do they need more flavor? I don't know. So glad I bought like 4 bags of these. Well, 2 of these and then 2 of the fire, because I didn't plan very well. Shocker. We'll take a nice swig of this. Palate cleanse, you know, rinse it down. I am so glad I continue to open things right in front of the microphone. I do it every time. Every time I have a limited edition item on here, blah, 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 I open stuff right in front of the microphone, and every time I complain about opening it right in front of the microphone, and then I do it anyway the next time. I'm a great listener, by the way. That's good stuff. Baja Blast. Top 3 Mountain Dew flavors. Dark Berry, number 1, which I think is just the black label at this point, so there's that. Regular's okay. I guess this would probably be number 2, Baja. I'm trying to think if there's any other random flavor that would sneak into the top 3. So, okay, so there's your official ranking. Baja Blast, number 2. Dark Berry / Black Label, number 1. The best flavor. Dark Berry. Bring it back. I think they already did, though. Those, I like the white label and the green label as well. Is white label just ice? Those are like the same thing. You wouldn't think the green label would work as well as it does, as far as apple being in a Mountain Dew, but it works pretty well. Alright, so here we have the fire style chips. We've done the mild, so we'll do these real quick. That's good. They have a little bit more of a scent to them. They smell very similar to the mild chips, which is fine. So we'll give one of these a whirl. These are pretty good. Still not a ton of flavor on either of the chips, but these have a little bit more of a kick of spice to them. So I don't know. They're nothing special, which is totally fine. They're okay. Obviously, you should always drink ice cold Baja Blast to wash them down. Makes you feel good to drink this. Ooh, there's definite kick. There is a definite kick on those. Neither of these are really all that outstanding. I would recommend trying the fire if you like a little bit of spice. If you don't like that much of a kick of heat, you could totally pass on these chips and you wouldn't really be missing anything. Looking forward to this week's new releases. In theaters, Life of the Party is out. I will probably check that out, not this weekend, but next weekend, so look forward to that in the future. On Blu-ray, Batman Ninja is out, which I'm also looking forward to as well. I should be able to go pick that up tomorrow and have thoughts on it for next week's show. And games-wise, there wasn't a ton coming out. Trailblazers, which is a co-op racing game. It will probably be a few weeks before I get to Trailblazers, but just wanted to throw that on your radar if you're looking for a racing game. Also out this week is Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition, which is the base game Shantae Half Genie Hero and all the DLC combined into one pack. What's interesting about this is not only does the game look really, really fun, and I've seen some stuff on it that looks really interesting, this has stackable gamer score and PlayStation trophies. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Weekend Review and watching all the episodes and subscribing and all that good stuff. It means a lot to me. You guys, ladies and gentlemen, your support has been absolutely fantastic. So hopefully you enjoy the show, and if I'm missing anything or you have comments or questions or concerns, you can leave them down below. While you're there, feel free to subscribe and hit that button so that you'll know when I post sweet videos like this reviewing random chips in some game from 6 years ago I bought for $15 because it sounded like a good idea at the time on Free Comic Book Day. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.